Welcome to the show. My name is Matt Ramage, and today I have Brad Greene. And Brad Greene runs a video marketing agency called Vidigro. Thank you, Brad. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Matt.
Why don't you? I did a little kind of research on yourself. I see you run a video marketing agency. Why don't you tell us a little more about that and how long
Yeah,
you've been doing it?
for sure. Thanks again for having me. So, the short form content agency is something I've started just in the last couple months, and it's been really fun so far. I think short form content is just going up, and it's becoming more and more relevant and more beneficial for business owners. So, that was something I hopped on just a couple months ago, and I've been working with a few clients. And I'm on Twitter now, starting to take Twitter a bit more seriously for getting more clients and just building a personal brand on there.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've had my hands in a couple or dipped my toes in a couple things in the past, like started with copywriting, ghostwriting, like you know how it is, just acquiring all these different skills.
Yeah.
And right now I'm just doing short form video and I'm trying to focus just on that. But there are shared elements between them all.
Okay. I was looking at your LinkedIn, and I was seeing more copywriting, email, and yeah. I think, yeah, obviously your experience there can come over here and help you with scripting and writing. Maybe tell us, how did you get into marketing in the first place? Or
Yeah. So I got to think back to it's actually before COVID, but my education history, I went to school, post-secondary education, university, and I finished with an English degree. And I thought I was going to go into teaching, but one thing happened. I had a close call with death from a surgery. I won't get
oh
too
wow,
into it, but
okay,
yeah, I got my tonsils out, and then I almost bled to death from that.
wow,
Yeah, that was an eye-opening experience for me, and it put things into perspective. I actually took time off school after that. And I just started thinking about my life and I was like, maybe teaching just isn't the thing for me. Then after that, COVID happened not long after. So then I just started to get like online and reading about what there was to do during COVID, like what
mhm,
to focus on. No one's hiring. Like the state of the world was just crazy and still is. Like, I just started looking into online marketing and different skills like copywriting. And I've always been a writer, creative writer, everything like that. So that was just naturally something I fell into. And I met someone who handed me my first client in a way. But yeah, that's how I started getting into online business.
okay, awesome. I saw on your site you work with like consultants or coaches, entrepreneurs, and you basically maybe you can walk us through the process of if somebody's interested in working with you. What does that look like? Are you just doing stuff like online video?
Yeah, right now I'm still like honing in specifically on all the offerings I want to provide my clients because it varies at the moment.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely the short form video thing. And there's two routes I go down with that. There's the scripting route, and then there's also the more interview style, candid kind of content. And I like doing both, but sometimes a client might do better, authentic, just spitting some truths off the top of their head.
Yep.
And some might prefer me writing a script and them reading that. So, yeah, I offer those two routes, but it's basically I just onboard them, get to know them and their business and what their goals are for short form video content. And then I'll either come up with some questions to ask them on a call like this and then clip that into a bunch of content for the month, like at
Mhm.
least 30 to 60 even pieces of content.
Okay.
Um, and the other route would be the scripting. But a little bit of both is fun to play. Like it's fun to do a little bit of both just to see
Mhm.
which one they want to do and which works best because you can go by the analytics.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So are you? Imagine you're posting for them too, and
Yeah,
okay.
sorry. Yeah. So it includes posting like totally done for you because again, that kind of goes back into stacking skills. It's super crucial moving forward, especially with AI becoming a thing. And there's all this talk, right? There's a little bit of fear from people about, oh, will AI replace people? So I think it's really important to stack these skills. So if you can post, if you can do some SEO, if you can do the scripting, if you can do the filming, like I'll hop on the call like this with Riverside.fm.
Okay,
And
yeah, that's what you're using?
yeah,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
I'll just download their footage footage right from there, and it's in
Mhm.
4K and everything, and they don't have to do anything. They just have to show up for an hour or two per month, and we get all the content recorded, and I'll post it all for them.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I was. That's one of the questions I have for you here is. So I guess yeah, to be totally transparent up front with you too, and I think I might even mention this. I've been thinking about maybe I could do a short form video agency too, and obviously there's enough for all of us.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I get one of the fears I have yeah with starting a business like this is will AI come in and just 6 months from now? I've already seen some kind of AI kind of short video services, but they're not great. And obviously, once you have the cut videos, you still need to do something with them as well. But yeah, is that a worry of yours as far as AI?
For video, I think not immediately. I feel like there's more worry for me, even like just in terms, definitely like writing, because the scripting component, if you play around with like chat GBT or whatever, you can get like scripts. Not a lot of them come across as like robotic or whatever. You have to like put your own human emotion into them. Uh, Definitely writing is something I wonder about. It's okay, that component for sure, kind of maybe short term is being outsourced to AI, but the actual like labor of editing captions and putting nuanced flair into
Mhm.
people's videos, I think that still has a way to go for
Okay.
AI.
Yep. Yeah,
So
for sure. Got it. Another worry that I have, and I would love to hear if you've had this. So I know people could be worried about how they look, and so let's say you create the footage, and you're like, here are your 30 shorts. Are your people getting back to you and like, oh, I don't like this, or are they just running with it?
no, I actually haven't run into that yet.
Mhm.
And I think it's because the people that I've worked with so far already have some kind of video experience, so they already have long form on their YouTube channel, for example. So they're like comfortable with how they come across on camera, and there's no complaints there yet. But I'm sure that's definitely common, right? Because even for me, I'm starting to make my own content to prove my method works or whatever, and like build my own personal brand with short form video. And yeah, there's when you hop on camera for the first time, there's a bit of nervousness, right? And you want to, I'm someone who repeats my lines like over and over again, which is horrible to edit because I don't like editing like that all that footage. But some clients of mine are so much better than I am in that way. They'll just like read one line perfectly, and then it's like, okay, the next line. I'm like, whoa, wow, that's amazing.
I
Yeah,
wish I could do that. I have a problem there too. It's tough.
yeah, relatable. Yeah,
Awesome, awesome. Can you speak to some of the tools that you're using? Or so
yeah,
I've been cutting shorts with the script, and I've done some CapCut stuff as well. Yeah, can you talk to your tool stack?
neat. CapCut. I haven't used Descript yet, but do you,
I do. I like it. The cool part about it, especially if you don't have video editing skills, although all the programs are getting, I feel like they're getting easier than they were 10 years ago. But yeah, with the script, it's like I'll bring this episode in and it automatically will transcribe it. So then I have all my text on one side. And let's say I want to cut a sentence I didn't like, and then I can just basically highlight that text and click delete, and that takes it out of the video. And then it has a cool thing too, which you can click a button and it'll go through the whole video and remove all the filler words, which is cool. I have a lot of filler words.
same.
The the I wonder if it'll cut that out in this interview. But anyways,
Cool.
so yeah, it's cool. So I like it. Which yeah, what are you using?
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I gotta try that. Pretty much like Premiere Pro, bit of CapCut. Like I started CapCut is just so easy to use, and like
Hmm.
you can do so much on it, I feel. But still I'll do certain things in Premiere Pro. But other than that, for posting, I'll use Hootsuite.
Okay.
So I'll just sign into all my clients like profiles that they want me to post on and automate the posting. Other than that, just yeah, for generating some ideas, sometimes I'll go into ChatGPT because that's the newest thing, and it's like, okay, this is cool to experiment with. But Yeah, it's not like you can pump out like full scripts, right? In my opinion, at the moment with that tool, but it's great for content ideation and just getting ideas at least.
Yeah, yeah, it's so powerful. It's crazy. This first started playing with it, ask it a question, and it's just like, bah, bah, bah. It's like, yeah, it's pretty amazing. I started working on a digital marketing guide. It's still in progress, but I basically asked it for an outline for digital marketing, and then it spit out the outline, and then I took each one of those as a section, and I'm like, write me a page on this section, and I think I'm up to 10 pages now.
Oh,
But
sick. That's great.
yeah, obviously it's. I mean, I've been doing digital marketing for a long time, so like I'll be able to go through and read and fix things, and maybe somebody with no digital marketing experience would just like run with it, and there might be some things in there that is not perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. No, it's awesome.
yeah, yeah. Are you posting all the typical places? So I'm posting my shorts on YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok. Oh, what about Twitter? You know what? It's funny. I don't know if it's just my feed. I'm not really seeing any videos like in my feed. Do you see videos in your feed or?
Yeah, like a couple once in a while. It's still like pretty low key. No one's really dominating that at the moment, but
Yeah, I
we
think
should see
that's.
more of that, right? Eventually.
You would think. I know that. Do you know Gary Vaynerchuk? Gary
Yeah.
V.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was like just take everything posted everywhere, and I think I saw one of his shorts on Twitter. But yeah, it's funny. I don't. You think we'd be seeing more shorts, and I guess I've been nervous about posting my shorts on Twitter because I'm just like nobody else is doing it, but you know.
Yeah. It can't hurt, right? If you're already creating the content, you're putting the effort into recording, scripting, whatever it is, optimizing for SEO. It's might as well just post it wherever you can.
Yeah, and if people obviously if it's I guess that's the thing with analytics too. You'll see if people are engaging with it or if it gets views. So yeah, I guess maybe I'll try one today. Let's see how it goes.
Let me know.
Yeah. Yeah, so what's maybe could you speak more to your goals or like where do you see yourself in a year from now? Do you see yourself getting like a right now is it just you doing the full thing and do you see yourself getting like a team and
Yeah, so I think in terms of the short form offer, yeah, it's just me at the moment. So in the coming months would be awesome. Just get more clients and then not have to, decide to hire out some of the work.
Mhm.
And then in addition to that aspect of my business or whatever, I want to just build the personal brand because there are things I'm interested in beyond agency work or short form video and stuff like that that I want to build for myself in regards to topics like mental health or self improvement, things like that. Just sharing my views on my life and experiences I've had.
Mhm.
So that's another component I want to work at in the coming months and scale that out.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, same here. I it's funny because I've been on social media forever and I've gone through various stages of posting stuff, but I really never came at it from this is my personal brand. I wish if I would have listened to Gary Vee when I saw him speak probably 10 or 11 years ago at South by Southwest. And if I'd have taken that message in then,
Yeah.
I'd probably have millions of followers right now. So, anyways, I don't think it's never too late, but yeah, I'm finally late last year. I was like, you know what? Because I have an agency too, and I'm in the back end, and I don't really put myself out there too much. But I'm like, even with my agency, I want to have my personal brand. So if I ever stop doing the agency, it's like I could still exist. Anyways, but yeah, it is important.
Yeah. It's super
Um,
powerful.
so what are your thoughts with like your personal brand as far as just creating content around some of your different interests like mental health you said and
Yeah. Maybe I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this because like my Twitter account is still relatively new. And so, like in the short term, I'm just at the moment trying to get more clients for this short form offer. But at the same time, I want to talk about these things that I'm also interested in. And I'm curious, do you have a balance that you try to aim for yourself when you're creating content for business and then your personal side of things?
yeah, that's a good question. I know for yeah, so I think especially my Twitter that we met, try to keep it pretty focused. But yeah, occasionally I'll drop in some, oh, I just went to the gym and stuff, but nothing like, I don't try to get too outside of my wheelhouse. But yeah, I guess it depends on platform, right? So on Instagram with stories, I think there I get a little kind of more personal, and we'll talk and can talk about really any topic, I think. But Twitter, I try to keep it more focused. And yeah, I have you heard of Dan Coe?
Yeah. I saw a tweet. You're in his cohort right now, or?
Yeah, I'm in his cohort right now, and he talked about, I think it was, I want to say that. So he talks about the 3 pillars, right? Like your main one kind of being should be your kind of your big focus. So for you, it could be short form video, and but he said, I believe he talked about either like having that be, I think it was either 80 or 90% of your content should be geared towards like your one kind of, and then the rest could be your kind of secondary interests. So yeah, it's getting me to rethink. And I feel like even the stuff I have been posting, and actually the last couple of days I've been more focused on. So I think my pillar is going to be digital marketing, because that's what I've been doing for so long, and I can speak about it. It's not like I have to learn the topic. So I think so I think I'm just going to really go heavy in that. And so people know me as, oh, Matt's the digital marketing guy. Yeah. But it is interesting and you'll see I've been all over the place. Yeah.
No,
but Dan's great. So he inspired me late last year. He was talking about creating a course within your own experience. And so, yeah, I ran with that, and I had my own cohort in January, and taught people how to like start their own businesses or solopreneurships. And yeah, it was great. It was had people that signed up, and ended up being just like 6 people in the cohort. But yeah, it was a great experience. And so yeah, I might take that content that I did, it was live, and I might create kind of some standalone content that I could possibly sell or use as a lead magnet.
Cool. That's smart.
So, yeah. And then another thing that I believe it was him, and I've just heard other people talking about it, just the whole kind of build in public movement. And so yeah, when I started creating my course, I was like, day 1, blah blah blah, I did this, and yeah, I was documenting as I went, and I was documenting all that content in Notion. So now I'm like going to create, and I'm almost done with it, but I have a guide on like my process for creating a course. And so I'm going to put that out there. And it's like, it was like almost done, because I was documenting as I went. So I had to go back and obviously fix things that didn't relate and take stuff out. But anyways, yeah, it was a good process too, to build in public and get feedback as you go in real time. People are like, even my name in the beginning was something, it was agency focused, and I remember running into some friends that aren't in the agency world, and they're like, what's an agency? I was like, oh. That's how I kind of eventually landed on Every Man's Hustle. It was like that was kind of more broad, and people could understand that.
That makes sense. Yeah, something I definitely struggle with still is that idea of, well, when it comes to building in public, part of my mind, there's some weird part of me that goes, oh, you can only do this when this is ready, or you should only do that when this is perfect and the header is perfect, then you'll do this. No, that's not how things actually get done. You just got to take action and see where it goes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know. And if you wait for it to be perfect, it'll you'll never do it. Yeah, and even with my course, it was funny, because I started off and the name was this, and I created a logo, and then a couple days later I'm like, oh, scratch that. And I just fumbled along. But I feel like even the big companies, they're it too, on just a bigger scale. And obviously big companies have flops too. I think there wasn't a Google had the Google Lens that kind of didn't really go anywhere, and I'm sure they spent billions of dollars on that.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your day, or what's your time look like, as far as like how much time do you try to put into kind of your personal brand and marketing yourself? Like,
Yeah, I'm still figuring that out. Right now, I'm doing more like outreach and things like that, outbound for onboarding new clients, getting new clients. But yeah, I'm still working on that balancing act of creating content geared toward people that are interested in just the me side of things, like the personal side, and then the business side of the short form offering that I like, the short form content offer that I have. But yeah, Dan Co says, or like you brought up, he recommends, right, talking, like you said, 80% of the business thing you're trying to promote, at least at first, right? When it's until you have more of a following and then you're able to leverage that audience, right? So I guess I'm abiding by that, but sometimes I'll just experiment a little bit. But I guess you got to just stick to what works, and what the Dan Co's huge. And I really, what he says resonates with me like more than anyone else probably in the space, really. Like,
yeah, yes, yeah, same. Yeah, he's definitely one of, and I'm trying to think of how I found him, but anyways, probably it was one of the social media platforms, and
he's everywhere.
yeah, yeah. It's funny because I think when I found him on Twitter, he's got, I don't know, 200 or 300,000, but then on Instagram, he's like, I believe he's over 1 million. Yeah.
That's wild.
What's that?
Oh, I was going to say, have you seen his short form with the graphics? Or
Yes. Yeah, the animated stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I've started to see some people popping up with kind of some copycat stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I saw somebody was talking trash about it, but the copycats one I've seen they've given it their own style and stuff. But yeah, it's very yeah, I like it. And I think on TikTok too, I don't know if, I feel like all of his stuff is just animated stuff. So it's interesting that seems to be doing well. And I think heard on TikTok, it's supposed to be more about you, but he's just putting his animation stuff and seems to be working for him. Are you on TikTok too? And
I'm starting a new one I'm starting it from scratch just to, begin all over again.
okay.
The only other TikTok I had before that was before I was into this specific business. So,
Okay.
yeah, to be continued with that.
Okay. I know it's, yeah, I think it's probably my least favorite right now out of between Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Yeah, it's definitely slow going. I would say because I started posting every day at the beginning of this year, and I like views wise, I probably have more views on TikTok, but as far as like actual followers, I think I'm around 65 or so.
Yeah.
So it's like slow going, but I guess if you look at the views, I've gotten, I don't know, maybe 5,000, 10,000, between 5 and 10,000 views. And YouTube Shorts, I just looked at my analytics a day or so ago for the last 30 days, and it was around 5,000 views. So pretty cool.
Where would you say, in your experience, is your like most dedicated audience?
I'd say Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, those two. I'm still, yeah, like right now, like even with, I've got a lot of followers on Twitter. It's an old account, and it was my business's Twitter account way back when, and then I left it with no activity for years and years, and so that's why I feel like I'm starting over. I'm obviously starting over with a bigger audience than a lot of people, but I feel like the audience is, when I post, none of the people from 10 years ago are seeing anything, you know. So I feel like I'm kind of starting over. I'm like, I'm going in with different people that I follow, like Dan, and interacting with different people. It's possible that's how I met you. But yeah, I think, yeah, Twitter, I like Twitter the most. Although Instagram's cool too, because I have more, I guess I get feedback on Instagram because it's connected to my personal. Yeah, I feel like I get more feedback on Instagram from like friends and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Do you like Hootsuite? I used it years ago. I haven't used it in a while.
Yeah, I'm finding it pretty good. No complaints, really. Actually, I've noticed this. I don't think this is like a Hootsuite thing, but it's funny. Like the different social media platforms are starting to have their own restrictions and things. Like I tried signing into one of my clients' TikToks and it's getting all these errors, but it's a TikTok thing. Like they have all these safety protocols that are just over the top, I'm finding. And I had another problem with their Facebook as well. Some weird Facebook, send this code to this email and then this email, send it to this phone. And then like, it's just too much. And I'm like, I can't get into your account. But that's a complaint about those actual social media platforms, I think. But Hootsuite itself is great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely something you're going to have to consider, right? As far as, say, 6 months from now, you've got 20 accounts or 20 clients. And
Right.
on top of that, all the different access to all their accounts. So that could be
Yeah.
a lot to manage. So I signed up for later, but I haven't really played around. So right now I'm doing all my stuff manually, although I just started using Tweet Hunter. So I've started scheduling some tweets in that, which is pretty cool.
Cool. Yeah, Tweet Hunter is cool. I need to use it more. I have it right now, but I haven't fully got the most I can from it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's wrap it up. I would love to, if you're open to it, maybe we could check in a couple months and see how it's going for you. And I'll give an update and you can give an update.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So where can people find you, Brad?
On Twitter, I'm It's Not That Brad. So at It's Not That Brad. And then my website is vidigro.io. So vidigro.io. That's pretty much that. And I guess I'll link to my other social medias that I don't even know the names of them right now because they're new. But yeah, those are the two spots for now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, DM them to me, and yeah, I'll have them in the show notes, of course. And yeah, thanks so much, Brad. Thanks for jumping on, and it's great to meet you. And yeah, I look forward to following you and hearing more about your agency.
Likewise, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks. All right, friends, thanks for watching. If you found value and inspiration in this, please share it and like it, and also subscribe if you're not already. And stay tuned to our next episode. Thank you.